Okay, hey y'all, welcome back to another video. This for the bottom video for April 28, 2025. Look, this month went by so fast, y'all. So today's new episode did nothing happen. It was just the aftermath. Hold on. It was just the aftermath of the fashion show or whatever. Eric and Donna was just talking about Ridge and Brooke, excuse me, about Ridge and Brooke and how they was on stage and the magic and all this other stuff. Um, I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? Because they tried to spin it. They tried to spin it like, oh, Brooke just saved the day. I said, how she saved the day when this was the plan? I said, they made it seem like the lady who's supposed to be in wore the dress originally. I said, wait a minute, wasn't that the same dress? Because they said on today's episode, they was like, they brought back whatever the name of the dress was or whatever. And remember they did the flashback last week. So I was like, so Brooke was in it. So how they knew? Maybe they made adjustments or something because they kept talking about the show stopping this and Ridge and Eric worked so hard on it. And I was like, wait a minute now. But yeah, did y'all see how fast Ridge changed it? Once he found out that Stephanie didn't know about it, he changed his tone. Then at first he was happy, smiling and stuff. Soon as Stephanie came up in there and he was like, wait a minute, you didn't know nothing about that? Look, I done skipped ahead. He was like, you didn't know about that or whatever. Then they started questioning Brooke and stuff. But we finna get to that part. But yeah, did Katie come in at that point? I don't know if she had came in. I said she teleported. Then she was just in the office with them. Then next thing you know, she ended up seeing Daphne kiss Carter. They said this week she's supposed to be confronting Daphne and questioning her about her intentions. So there you go, y'all. We was wondering, when it was gonna come out, but apparently she's gonna be the one to tell. Spoiler say something about she confronts Daphne about the kids as well as why she's really in town and brings up Stephanie and stuff like that. I think if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow and Wednesday, they're not going to show the Bold and Beautiful. I don't know if it's tomorrow and Wednesday or Wednesday and Thursday, but either way, 2 days this week they don't supposed to show it because of is it baseball? Some sports, I don't know, but they don't supposed to show it, y'all. So I'm assuming that because Beyond the Gates is on the same network or whatever, they're not gonna show that as well. But General Hospital is on ABC, so I don't know. We'll see, y'all. But yeah, what else happened? Taylor and Steffi, they was upset. Steffi was fired up. She was upset. I did see something that said that Steffi and Taylor was gonna be upset once they find out who really supposed to be wearing the gown or whatever. But I didn't see that part. I seen them upset, but I didn't see them, trying to see who really supposed to be had on the gown. But yeah, they was wondering how, it happened. And you could tell Taylor was very bothered by the whole situation and the fact that she seen Ridge. He was just staring. I said, why they always address? I was like, y'all didn't see him? Y'all didn't see Ridge? Y'all be acting like he's somebody's victim or something. I had to keep pausing it because I hear music outside now. They'll copyright me. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, Ridge ends up telling Brooke that she was incredible, that she saved the day. And I wrote that, look, I said, no, sir, she didn't. This was a part of the plan or whatever. But yeah, they was all, Katie and them was all talking about saying, yeah, she just saved the day. I said, how she saved the day when this was Eric's plan? I said, this was Eric's plan or whatever. Oh, that's another thing. They said that Ridge supposed to be upset with Eric or whatever. I think we kind of seen on Friday's episode, at the end of the episode, where they was showing Ridge saying he's committed to somebody else because Eric's supposed to be telling him basically the same thing, that he belongs with Brooke. But yeah, I was like, these people don't know who they don't know who they want to be with for real. But yeah, Ridge tells Brooke she was incredible, that she saved the day or whatever. And she just was smiling and stuff instead of telling him the truth. Instead of telling him the truth, I said, y'all all be doing the same thing. Y'all be crossing line, no boundaries, line like a mug. But yeah, I was like, they over here trying to spin it like she don't say today. I said, how she say today? I said they assuming that because they was waiting on the showstopper or whatever, they couldn't find. I wonder what they did with the lady that's supposed to be wearing it. But yeah, with Will Electra Ivy, he's still trying to get this girl on. He's still trying to sleep with her. I said, so you just go sleep with her in the dog. He don't care at this point. I said, cute Luna in. I said he was over here talking about some close the door or whatever, and she was like, she don't want to get locked in like Brooke and Taylor was or whatever. And he's trying to say, it wouldn't be such a bad idea. I said, dude. I said, dude. I said, yeah, I see where this is headed. He gonna end up hooking up with Luna, and he gonna regret it too. But Ivy ended up coming in or whatever. I forgot what she said. I think she was just saying how everything went smoothly and everything. Daphne Carter, Katie. Daphne and Carter was talking about the success, and he was telling her they liked the perfume and everything, and about, Brooke being on stage and whatever. Then they see, she just, I said, she don't care this shit. She just pulled a little closer, whatever, just started kissing him. I said, these people ain't got no shame whatsoever. Well, I take that back because he is single. Hope don't told him more than once. Oh, that's another thing. He's supposed to be in his good face again, trying to get her back. And they do say Leon's supposed to tell Hope to give Carter another chance. They say also in the spoilers that Hope is going to be suspicious of Leon's current living situation. So I was like, I know he ain't finna move in with Finn now. I said, I know doggone well. That's definitely going, because that's weird. Obviously, somebody going to suspect that. So I'm thinking, like, okay, who will he be living with? Obviously, I'm assuming he going to be living with Steffi now. But that's what the spoilers say, that Hope is gonna be suspicious because of Leon's current living situation. That he's supposed to encourage her to give Carter another chance and everything. I think, is that everything that I've seen about the spoilers? Yeah, I think so. Aside from the fact that either tomorrow and Wednesday they're not gonna air it, or either Wednesday, Thursday. I forgot which one, y'all. But yeah, Daphne ends up kissing Carter or whatever, and Katie sees, and they said she's supposed to be confronting her on this week's episode or whatever, and then she's supposed to say, "So you only in town, cause Steffi or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, they caught already." Zendaya and Carter was talking about the success of everybody was talking about the success of the fashion show. Then he ends up warning him not to go down there because of everything that's going on, because Brooke was on stage or whatever, and it was Eric's idea. Taylor, Ridge. Oh, I skipped. I didn't write down when everybody came in the office. Steffi and Taylor ended up coming in the office. They was trying to confront Brooke about the move she pulled and telling her that she wasn't supposed to be a part of the fashion show and stuff like that. And then Eric was like, "That was my idea. I did that." I said, "How y'all hear him say that he did it?" And well, I take that back. I was about to say, how did y'all hear him say it was his idea, and then proceeded to still say, "Yeah, I know this was another attempt to get him to get Ridge." I say, I take that back, because she literally said it. She literally said it. She ends up telling Eric, she felt the magic on stage. You were right, or whatever, and all this other stuff. And she still thinks she got a chance with Ridge, and she do. She do. But yeah, Ridge, he was smiling, he was happy and stuff. They came in and revealed that Stephanie didn't know about it or whatever. He got mad fast or whatever. So Taylor and Ridge, talking, and she was expressing, her concern and her feelings about seeing Ridge and Brooke together, and about how, everybody want them together and stuff like that. And he trying to reassure her, barely trying to reassure her or whatever. And I say, look, just count your days. Just enjoying while you got them for now. I said, he always been both of they men, from what I've seen and what I've heard fans say. They be sharing, they be sharing him. I said, just enjoy your time now. I don't know. Do y'all think they finna get back together? Taylor and not Taylor. What's the good name? Brooke and Ridge about to get back together. But yeah, I was like, yeah, she know, and that's why she been steady popping up and stuff like that. But the thing you learn is that that's not gonna make a difference. Whether you pop up or you stay at home or you stay at work or whatever, if that man still have feeling for Brooke, he gonna get her back. He gonna get her back or whatever. But yeah, I was like, yeah, she's starting to doubt it or whatever. But yeah, I think that's everything that happened. What they say? They trying to spin it like Brooke say today. Yeah, I already said that part. That's everything, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. I got a headache. Oh my goodness. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have girls today. Be safe.